Good morning, guys. So, excuse me 1 second. So I just had to do a forced regen on my diesel truck, on my Denali. I have 2 diesel trucks, my Cummins and my Denali, but I believe it's done. It's almost done. But and I got my drone up in the air too. You guys can check out one of my other hobbies. That's the drone up in the air. So I'll just have it return to home on its own.
Return to home.
So you see it makes like a path. That's exactly where it's going to go to the home point, which is back right here. And it's going to, let's see, it's coming down right here. Oh, I got to move it a little bit. It's got obstacle avoidance, so it won't land when there's something below it. That's why it's going so slow right now. So that's one of my drones. This is my Mavic 3 Sin. This is the one that's got a 1 terabyte hard drive in it, because the video is in 6K, so it takes up a tremendous amount of storage. That 1 terabyte really doesn't actually even last that long. But so last night I got the differential bracket, the beginning part of it in that I could get in without the differential. I got the lockouts all in. So I did essentially everything I can do without that grommet for the exhaust hanger and without the actual differential. But my exhaust, my cat back exhaust is off. So I figured I wanted to hear what it sounded like. So if I had straight pipes, it would sound very similar to what it does right now. So I'll let you guys hear it. Let me know what you think. Let me shut this generator off. So this is just the car now. Let me know what you guys think, if I should do straight pipes or not. I'm willing to bet if I leave you guys underneath my car, there's flames coming out those pipes. It's just the long tube headers. There's nothing else. I'll put you guys underneath the car real quick, and I'll let you take a look. You let me know if there's some flames coming out of my headers. Let's see what I can put this. There's the 2 ends of my long tube headers right there. See the Driveshaft is starting to get it's moving a little bit just because it's not in gear. Should be a fun experiment. Car's running a little low on fuel now. Just from revving it up, I went from 2/3 or 3/4 of a tank to under a quarter now. But it's been in here for 2 months. I had to rev it up every once in a while. I can't drive the motherfucker. But you can see, let me grab my creeper. Alright. So you guys can see, well, no, you can't right now, but you will. So here's the differential bracket. That's the part that mounts to the frame. As you can see, I've got it already mounted. This thing is solid as a rock. I mean, and that big bolt goes through here into the back of the differential with the bracket that you mount to the differential, so that it has just enough play like the engineers designed, with this big heavy rubber grommet that barely moves, but under load it's probably going to move. That would have prevented this from ever happening. This wouldn't have happened in the first place if it wasn't for that coming out, but it is what it is. I didn't do it. I needed to upgrade these parts anyway. The drive shaft needed to be bigger. The differential needed to be supported. You know, the CV axles, that's it. Everything else is a byproduct of them braking, but I mean, I'm gonna break parts. I drive this thing like I stole it. You guys will see when I take you for a ride after the job's done, but it should be done today. My exhaust hanger. The only thing that I might need is a couple of mounting bolts. I don't know if this differential is going to come with the mounting hardware. If not, I broke 2 of my bolts. I may have to go to Dodge and get those 2 bolts. I'm going to call them. It's too early in the morning for them to... Oh no, they're actually probably open by now, so I'm going to call them shortly and make sure that they have them. And otherwise, I do have some big ass long number 8 bolts that I could replace them with. As long as they're number 8 hardware, you can replace them with similar size and strength. But you got to use minimum number 8 hardware, absolute minimum. All right, these are not going to go back. All these big washers from the bottom of the cradle do not need to go in because I put the cradle lockouts in. This is one of the 2 bolts right here. So this one's bent and the other one is totally gone. This one I can straighten out, but I would rather just put a new number 8 bolt. So I'm going to check the thread pattern on this, and if I don't have one with this thread pattern, I can just make it be this thread pattern. I can rethread it, and as long as I have a number 8 bolt that's the right size to make the thread pattern on, or bigger that I can grind down and then make the thread pattern on, as long as I make the same threads, I'll be good. But I've done so much work on my vehicles, I probably have bolts that are this big or bigger. So I'm gonna check on that, and then I'm gonna call Dodge if I don't, and I'll have them get me a couple of mounting bolts for the differential, just because I'm not anticipating it's gonna come with the car. I mean, with the diff. So I'm not gonna depend on that no matter what. So I'll probably just get them if that's the case. But anyways, here's the old one, and I'll probably take the gearing out of this and save that, and I'll melt the rest down, all the aluminum, the whole housing and the brackets that fell off and all that. I'll melt that down into aluminum I can machine. But the the universal joint on the differential is still good. It broke out in the connection. That was part of the drive shaft. So essentially, if I had done my drive shaft, I wouldn't have had this problem. So that's on me. I should have done it then. I didn't think I needed to yet, but clearly I did. But I replaced it right. I got I got that 4-inch aluminum drive shaft, and even the carbon fiber is just lighter. I don't think it's as strong as 4-inch thick aluminum. 4-inch. I mean, this truck right here. This is my Denali heavy duty for 2500 heavy duty Duramax. This has a 6-inch aluminum drive shaft. But when you look at it in comparison to the one I just put in, it ain't all that much bigger. I mean, I guess it is. It's kind of like a freaking tree trunk. It is pretty damn big. But so is the exhaust. As you can see, I haven't deleted this truck. I deleted my other truck. I deleted my Cummins. That's got a straight pipe. I did put a muffler on the straight pipe. I think it's done with the regen. I did a stationary forced regen because it was telling me to keep driving because it was cleaning the exhaust filter. So I said, screw it, I'll actually clean the exhaust filter all the way, and I won't have to worry about continuing to drive for an undetermined amount of time. Let's see what the diagnostic tool's saying. All the numbers went down. These were at like, yeah, see, 1832. Yeah, it went high enough. This is done. Complete. Yeah, regen status complete. So that's done. Let's see if I still have any codes. I had like 20 codes one of the times on this truck. I had a lot of stuff going on with this. Let me see what the injectors are doing. Oh no, this is for the injectors for the after treatment. See, the Bose system in this truck sounds crazy.
Who else? Oh, Paul, you go back climbing with the can flips and you lose. And you fall diving onto a bunch of fucking chicks. Fucking bitch. I hope this village doesn't cover it. Who else? I cracked a coke brother like I cracked a coke can. Made a coke brother and I throw them out my hands. What, bitch? Raw thought. You got my raw thoughts.
Anyways, this is a 10 speaker Bose surround sound system in this truck. It's all stock. I haven't touched it. You see, all Bose. This truck's got an amazing sound system in it. There's no reason to touch it. Let's see. The trans adaptation, I was low on transmission fluid, and I just recently changed the filters and the fluid and the transfer case fluid, differential fluid. Should be carried out following an internal repair or replacement. Yeah, I had to change the internal filter, so I had to drop the transmission pan. So let's let it do this. Where do you need? Test is running. Learn progress. Conditions not. What condition? Oh, I think I need it off the ground. That's what it is. It should say the conditions. It should only be carried out following a yeah, I did a transmission change. That is the condition. I did it. I opened up the well, I guess changing the internal filter doesn't qualify. I may do the valve body in this. I did the valve body in my other truck, and that was transfer case 2-speed electric shift. Yeah, okay. Yeah, halogen, blah blah blah. T4 or ATT4. Oh, it is number 10. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I got for diagnostic codes. Yep, the same 3 on ECM. It was in limp mode, and I put a new fuel pressure sensor. I took every single connection off the ECM, the TCM, the PCM, the brake control module, all of the connectors to every sensor. I cleaned them all out with QD. I put dielectric grease in them, and I did a thorough check of all the wiring to get rid of electrical issues, and I had like 16 codes under engine only, and then I had like over 30 codes, and it was all because of fuel system related stuff, because when the engine's not running right, it triggers all that other stuff. I mean, I had like an injector timing, I had vane position sensor, which my turbo's fine. I mean, obviously now that it's getting fuel, it's running fine. I replaced the mass airflow sensor, the manifold absolute pressure sensor. I replaced a lot of stuff, but obviously it was worth it, because I only have those 3 codes left, which I think may be electrical. But if it's ambient temperature and barometric temperature, the barometric pressure, that I'll replace those sensors too if I need to. It should be those 2, and let's see, trouble codes. Ambient air temperature sensor circuit, high voltage, fuel pressure sensor performance. It's a brand new fuel pressure sensor. I don't know what the problem is with that. Maybe the low side fuel pressure sensor. Let me check the live data real quick. We're gonna go to fuel low pressure. Oh, you know what? That is what it is, because I have an aftermarket lift pump. I put a fast 140 gallon an hour fuel pump in here, and so let's see, it's getting more than it's asking for. Yeah, see, desired fuel pressure 59.61 psi. It's getting 73.97 psi. So I don't know. There's really nothing I can do about that. That code's been there since I put the lift pump in. The high pressure side is now desired fuel is 4684. Fuel rail pressure is 4612 and 4481, which are fluctuating up and down as they should be. But it's giving it, you know, now it's 48, asking for 46, so it's getting what it wants. Those numbers are in red because this diagnostic tool is not used to seeing fuel rail pressures that high. It's not even in the parameter, but this truck, it is in the parameter. This is what this, especially the L5P has especially high pressure. For example, my Cummins has like in the 30 to 36,000 range, and this truck has almost 50,000. So it's an incredibly high rail pressure in this truck. So that CP4 actually pump is, I thought I was gonna have to replace, but that pump is really producing some incredible pressure. But this truck is ridiculous fast. The ECM is unlocked. I can get this thing, I can pin this speedometer. It goes to 140 if you can see it. I can pin that completely. I have pinned it, and this truck drives like a car. I did it. This truck, I had an accident that was not my fault, and the entire frame was replaced. I had a whole new frame put on because the frame was bent in a spot where it couldn't be repaired. So it was on the other side, but I put new control arms, new ball joints, new tie rods, new tie rod ends, upper and lower control arms, Fox 2.0 struts, and I did the brakes. I did carbon fiber ceramic pads with power stop slotted and drilled rotors, same thing as I have on my Dodge. And what else did I do? I did a lot of steering and suspension parts because they were already taking them out. It honestly made their job easier to have new parts. But anyways, the only thing original is the exhaust, the differential, the transfer case, and the transmission, which I wouldn't get rid of the transfer case or transmission or drive shaft. The differential doesn't need it either, honestly. I mean, it got some surface rust, but I haven't cleaned this thing in a while. I haven't been driving it because of that. So I'm probably gonna wash this today while I'm waiting for the differential. And when the differential, I got today off. I got my guys on the jobs. So when I'm gonna take most of today off, if not all of today, I'm gonna clean this thing up, get this thing up to par, and then once I get the differential, obviously I'll be getting my car on the road. And I cannot wait to finish that car. I can't wait to drive that car. My girl has a couple things I got to do on her car, which I'll probably try to do tomorrow. But I'm going to let her take the Denali, and I'll bring her car over here, and I'll have my car over here already, because I'll take the Denali home tonight and leave. Or I might need to bring my work truck here, but maybe I'll do that the following day. But anyways, I like to keep my work truck here and then drive one of the other two. Usually, I've been driving my work truck everywhere recently because of my having two vehicles down, but they're not down now. Only one left, and that one is on its way back out. It's not going to be down for much longer. This thing will be done today. And you see the CV boots in the daylight. It's got brand new boots. They're locked in tight. They don't look as good as the new ones, as good as the original ones, I mean, because they're not. It's not as thick a rubber, but it's on there nice and tight. It's got new grease. It's everything I need it to be, and they're going to be covered up anyways. I got those neoprene covers for them. Because the rear has a lot of stuff going on with the independent suspension, the four-wheel independent suspension. You guys will see when this is all back together, there is a whole lot of stuff going on back here. Like, I mean, you can probably see already, and you saw it when it was together in the earlier parts of the video. there's a lot of stuff going on back there. It does all sit in place and not hit each other, but the CV boots are a weak point to get damaged, and I don't want them to get damaged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover those with those neoprene shields. They're like a thick, it's like a, if you don't know what neoprene is, it's like a baby Kevlar. It's a pretty strong material, but it'll protect the rubber from anything short of, it wouldn't have protected it. Well, I don't know really if it would have protected it through this last thing. I don't know if it still would have gone through that. I mean, I'd like to take those valves off for the active exhaust. I only kept them on not to set any codes. I may order one of those sets that deletes it. I'll just put the electrical back for now because I still need the electrical connection even with the delete kit, and I needed to have some of those automotive electrical connectors around anyways for when I do jobs like this. But anyway, at least the most of it's done. The lockouts are in, the first part of the differential bracket's in, all the both sides of the suspension are taken apart and ready to be put back together once I get the differential. So once I get that part, that car will be done probably, I'm not going to say in an hour, but I mean once the differential's here and once I get it in place with the axles, it'll be an hour. So probably 2 hours total, more worth of work. It's not too bad. So I should have this car I should be driving that car home today. So after I do the final segment of the video, I will take a ride in it, and if I can get it done while it's still light out, I'll have the drone follow me, or I'll have the drone try to follow me. It'll follow me for a little bit while I'm doing a couple burnouts around corners, because once I get all this stuff in, I'm doing some burnouts first thing. I gotta test all this stuff, and I miss doing burnouts in my fucking car. I miss driving down the road sideways. So I'll be doing that today for sure, whether it's daytime or not. But with the drone following me, it'll be daytime. If not, I'll do that tomorrow. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. What's going on, guys? So, good news. My differential came in. It's outside. I brought it outside, got some differential fluid. I haven't gotten much further than that. I wanted to get this started so I could show you guys what I'm gonna do next. So the way I'm gonna do this is, I've done a lot of work like this before. I'm gonna put the axles in the differential before I put it up, and hopefully I can get the axles into the wheel hubs, which I probably can because one side is totally down. That should give me a little leeway to slide around. I should be able to maneuver it, but as of right now, I've got the bracket in as far as I could. I repaired that exhaust hanger, so all that's set. So this is my ride home tonight. I'm finishing this thing today, for sure. I can't wait to drive it. I got the lockouts done completely, all the carriage lockouts, subframe is what I have always known it as. But so I'm gonna have to lower it again and then get the jack, but I'll probably do this in segments. So first things first, I haven't even opened up the box with the differential yet, so I'll show it to you. That's my old one, by the way. Let's see what I got for bolts. If I have to make some bolts to be these thread. I have all number 8 hardware in my shop that I keep, so in situations like this, if I don't have the bolts, I can just get bolts that are a little bit bigger and then just make them the right thread. But you gotta have number 8 hardware for a car like this, or for any vehicle really. Just gonna clamp this thing on here real quick so you guys can get a decent view. Just one moment. There we go. Sorry about that. Coming. All right. There we go. All right. All righty. All right. Let's get this thing open. They boxed it up pretty good. Jesus Christ. I don't even think I have a pry bar out here. Oh, there we go. This side's, oh, that's coming right off. They definitely boxed it up good. Oh, it looks like they got some bolts in here. Oh, I think that, yeah, these are the bolts I broke. Okay. That's a good thing. Go. Here she is. So now this came from Cleveland Auto Parts, Cleveland Power and Performance. That's the name of the company I bought it from. So it's got about a little bit less miles than my car had, so as long as it didn't have more. My car's got like 45,000 miles or so. I think this had 30 something, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so those two skinnier ones are the two bolts I needed. And then those other two bolts, I believe, I'm gonna make sure there's no fluid in it because I wanna put my own. I've got a few quarts of Amsoil. I don't know if you guys can see them. They're right next to the camera over there. This one's got a vent in it. Oh, somebody put an aftermarket vent in it. Is that the bot? No, that's the top. Okay. Those are going to be bolted up. Okay. Okay. And then they got the axle sockets plugged. So let's open up the cap and see if there's anything in it. And then I'm going to put it on my transmission jack, which I'll probably just do right now. So I'll have to strap this down because I'm going to put the axles into it too. But first things first, I want to see what kind of fluid, if any, is in it, and change it if there is any, or add it if there's not. Oh, I got to lower the car anyways. I got to get my tools out of the trunk. All right, lower this baby down. It should be low enough to jack it up into it too. We will see when we get to that step, but at least I can get my tools. All right, I just put most of them in here so in case it rained they didn't get wet. I hadn't looked at the weather, but it was actually still nice, so it didn't matter. Better safe than sorry. All right, I just need a short extension or a long extension, whatever. It's just a 3/8 drive that takes the caps off. Okay. Oh shit! It's not a 3/8 drive. It's an Allen. Maybe it's the 8mm that I have right here. What do you know? right. Oh yeah, it's got fluid in it. All right, let me get something to drain that into. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take the fill bolt out, and I have a pneumatic thing that you can suck the oil out of your car, and I'm just gonna suck it right out of here. Oh, there you guys go. Sorry about that. This clamp has been doing good until just now. Let me try to set it up a different way. Sorry about that. I think I need to put it on here. I'm going to put it on the back of my car. Put you guys half in the trunk. There we go. All right, that should clamp on there pretty good. All right. And I'll show you what I mean by the tool that sucks all the fluid out. Yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing. And AMSOIL, that's all I use. Every single fluid in this car is AMSOIL. In that car, in my trucks, I do have some T6 in my diesel trucks because when I opened my company account with AMSOIL and they sent the rep out and everything, I had a whole bunch of it left. And I still bought some motor oil, which I've been using some, but I mean, eventually I'm going to be using all of it because I did the research, and really AMSOIL has the test to prove it. Like they really legit make the best oil you can buy. Nobody else even makes stuff that can compare. I mean, the T6 is good stuff, but they beat them. Their signature series stuff beats them out bad. All right, run some airline out here for this. So now this, whoa, son of a bitch. That's all water from when it did rain. Not quite enough airline, did I? You son of a bitch. What the fuck, dude? Excuse my language. All right, so this takes an airline to it, and I have a valve on the end of mine, but this little thing right here. So when you turn this on, it starts sucking out of this. It's sucking through this right now because I haven't opened this yet. I'm going to use the bigger one because there's nothing in my way. I don't have to get down a skinny fill port. Fucking transmission filter. All right, open this, and there we go. See? It sucks it right up, and it goes in that top section where you can see what's coming out, and that's helpful because you can see if there's any contaminants in your fluids. Actually, I'm gonna have to open up that bottom one because this is not getting to it because it's tipped forward. I'm glad this thing came with the bolts. Really glad. Is there not a lot of fluid in here? Apparently not. So you know what I'm actually going to do? I have to get my pump for the differential fluid to pump it in. I got to run in and grab that, but I'm going to put some through it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bottom plug back in, and then I'm going to put some fluid in it, some fresh fluid, and clean out all the crap that's in there. Because this was used, it was like I don't know, 38,000 miles or something. But I'm going to clean that stuff out, and then I'm going to move it around, get all that crap in there, and then I'm going to take that and suck it out, and then I'll fill it up with regular fluid once I get it up in the vehicle. So for right now, I'm just going to clean it out, clear it out of any contaminants. Where did I put that other cap? Too bad you guys couldn't talk to me. I know some of you guys mentioned that you're saying the same thing sometimes. I have no idea what I just did with that other cap. Did I have it on me? No, it's here somewhere. I'm just going to use this for now. They're both the same. And I'm gonna run inside. I'm gonna grab my little fill, my long fill thing, my fill neck to squirt. I'm gonna grab another full quart too, because I have one that's not a full quart because it usually takes a little bit less than 4 quarts. So I'm gonna use probably half a quart or a little bit less just to clean it out. So I'm gonna get an extra one just in case, so I have more than enough. The sound will probably come in. I'll only be a second. I had the fill neck thing in my gun room because I was using it for motor oil for the air compressor. I'm so psyched I'm going to be driving that car home finally. It's been sitting at my shop for 2 months. Oh. And I just got to grab another quart. I should have it there. Probably not, but there's a lot of stuff out there. The setup here. A bay door. And I thought about building a permanent garage, but the goal has always been to move into a bigger commercial building where I could have, 2 or 3 14-foot bays. Either that or build a huge garage when I get a single family house, which right now I'm buying 2 more multifamily houses as investments. So I don't know when I'm going to buy a single family house, but my fiance and I have been looking. All right, let me put a little bit of this in here, swish it around, clean that out. Okay, that was some nasty looking. See, a lot of people don't think to do their differential fluid. That's one thing that a lot of people neglect on cars is differential fluids, and it's an important fluid. Like a really important fluid. I mean, that's the gears that are transferring the power to your axles from the transmission. This is what puts the rubber on the power to the road. So I mean, it doesn't get much more important than that. All right, let's wiggle this around, clean all that crap out. Let's see if I can find that other plug and really clean it all the way out. So I can turn it upside down that way. It can't be far. I was right here. I mean, I could always take one out of mine. Actually, I think I'm probably going to do that just to save time looking for it. That's one thing that's not broken on it. See, mine are torqued down pretty tight. They're torqued to spec. I'm going to have to suck it out of mine too. Okay, put that in, and now I can really move it around. All right, get it around that side. All right, back this way, around that side. All right, now I'm gonna suck it out. And I'll just suck it out of that one too so I don't spill it anywhere. Any more of it anyways. I spilled some at the beginning of this job when I first took that out. Yeah, I gotta take the bottom out. There we go. This thing's actually got really good suction. for a pneumatic tool, you wouldn't think it has as good a suction as it does. I didn't think it would until I got it and used it. So I spilt a lot out of mine. I'm not sure how much is going to be left in mine. Let's see. I think I got to do the same thing on this one. I got to go to the lower port. The nice thing is that the bracket for the differential actually does leave you. It does leave you space to get to that port, so you can do your service intervals on your differential, which are pretty frequent when you drive it like I do, which is something you guys might get to see this video. Should get to see this video. I guess there wasn't much left. There we go. Now there's some in there. But see, when it gets some, it sucks it right up. I don't know if you guys saw it going through the tube, but it sucks it up pretty good. And you can probably hear it gurgling because I got the body mic on, so it's right next to me. I really don't mind how much oil I build up from all these oil changes and services, because I have several good friends that have shops that, like, one of them has a different kind of business. It's a beer distributor, but they service their own fleet vehicles, so they have a whole garage, and they have an oil burning furnace. And then another buddy of mine has a tow shop, and they have an oil burning furnace, and they burn their oil from their. They do service on vehicles too, so they always have oil coming in. I got to take that glass thing apart and clean it so I can see in there better. It does come apart, so I will be able to clean it. I just haven't had a chance to do it. Obviously, I'm always working on stuff. All right, that should be good for that one. At least there's nothing just gonna go spilling out on my parking lot here. All right, so let's shut that off. So now I'm just gonna put the caps on for now. I'm just gonna snug them a little bit because I'm not really too worried about it right now. I'm gonna get this thing in and then I'm gonna top it off. I would rather have it empty while I'm working on it. Okay. So these are an 8mm Allen socket, hex socket, whatever you want to call it. I call them an Allen socket, an Allen wrench, so that's to me what they are. The other part of the cradle is right here, and this big old bolt, and they actually send you ARP bolts with it, which is nice. Not too many manufacturers send those. So these bolts are going to go in, they're going to replace these 3 bolts here. So it's going to go, is that right there, 1, 2, 3. And then these 2 big bolts are going to go through it right there. Into here and here, and then all 3 of those bolts will be replaced with those 3. I believe these are 12 and these are 16. So let's start taking those out. I'll get my big impact because they're probably in there pretty good, but I'll take the small one just in case it is enough. Ask for it. That's an 18. I'm going to need a 16 and a 12, and I'm definitely going to want my red Loctite. There's my 16. Let's That's a 13. I don't think it's that big. I think it's a 12, but let me take them both just for the hell of it. There's my 12, and I need my torque wrench. Here's my 1/2-inch torque wrench. Okay. I already have the other end of the bracket on the car, so I'm gonna, yep, those are 12s. I'm going to torque these onto here, and then the other part, that big bolt goes through that into this to hook them together. And I have the torque specs on a piece of paper in the trunk I have to grab. That's these 3 bolts, and then these 2 big ones are going back through this. And those were the 16 that I just had. Where did I put that? Right here. 16. Yeah, 16s. Alrighty. Okay, that there. Let's just put this right on. Oh, actually, I want to Loctite all of these bolts. This is my infamous Loctite, red Loctite 277 that I seem to be the only one that uses this stuff, because everybody knows it's like glue, and it's not coming out fast enough for me, so I'm going to cut a chunk off. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I do have one of my magnets out here somewhere, but instead of digging for it, I'll just turn it upside down. The bolts on the U-joint I don't need. I didn't even realize if they came on it, but it doesn't matter. The new axle came with ARP bolts also. The axle should have. That thing was like $1,400. I mean the drive shaft rather. But come to think of it, the axles came with those too. I need a deep socket for that. Or I need a skinny socket with an extension. But I'm going to need it for the torque wrench anyway. 16 millimeter. I should have a 16 deep in here. There we go, right there. Alright, gonna put my other 3 bolts in, and then I'm gonna torque them all. Let me grab those torque specs. Okay. Here's my other 3 bolts. I'm not sure, there's 2 more bolts. I'm not sure what those are for. There's not really anywhere they could go. I think those are in case you had the spot where I put the other 2 bolts on the frame. Some people had it threaded, and yeah, they said that. Some people had it threaded and some people didn't. So if you had to use the things that I did have to use because mine weren't threaded, then those were probably the size of the threads if they were already pre-threaded. Alright, so I'm going to put some red Loctite on these. And then I'll look up I'm going to need a 12 millimeter deep socket too. That I don't know if I have out here. I didn't think of that. Let's see, I might. I'm sure I probably do in the other set of sockets out here. That's where I'll have it. That's going to be a 3/8 though. Let's see, 12 millimeter. Yep, right there, 12. All right, so I'll need my other torque wrench also. I'm gonna impact these in first. Where's my right angle? There we go. I'll impact them with this. So you guys got to see the cradle lockouts, you got to see how to replace your CV boots, you got to see how to install the differential bracket, the differential, the axles, the rear suspension and subframe, quite a bit of stuff. So, I mean, if I didn't know how to do all this stuff already, this is a video I'd be paying close attention to. And I did, with other people's that I appreciate them doing. If any of them are watching, I very much appreciate them doing. Okay, so the 12s are 42 foot-pounds. The 16s are 90 foot-pounds. And the big through bolt is another 90 foot-pounds. So I'm going to set this to 42. Oops, no, that's not what I want. I need it back to foot-pounds. Come on, dude, what are you doing? What did I hit wrong? This digital one is a pain in my ass if I don't hit every button right. And the easiest thing to do is just loosen the battery and let it reset, because it's going to be a pain in my balls. I don't know what it's doing, trying to calibrate or something because I hit the wrong button. Like, how stupid is that? You shouldn't be able to hit that button so easily. All right, back to 72, 42 foot-pounds. All right, 41, 42. Okay. .42 is not going to be bad at all, but the 90 might be a little tough here. All right, that's 42. That one was already 42. Okay, already at 49. Okay, now 16 millimeter. Most people check them in a couple days to see if they loosen up, but with that red Loctite that I use, you don't need to. They're not going to loosen up. Once that stuff hardens, which it only takes like an hour, they're locked in place. It'll be the same torque. It'll actually probably take more torque to get them off. Oh, I got to set this one. This is going to 90 foot-pounds. Right there. Okay. Alrighty, probably easier than on the car to do that. All right, so that's done, and that part's in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this bench out of my way, and then I'm going to slide this up. I'm going to reposition you guys so you can see what I'm doing, because I'll be under the car. Hey guys, so I got the bolt out. I had to drill a hole in it and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to line up these first couple sets of bolts on the differential to mount it. Where am I? I gotta go that way, I think. once I get this first one in, the rest should be easier because this will be holding it in place. I'm almost there. Son of a bitch. Alright, let me lower this jack just a little bit because it's a little too tight. A little more. Alright, that should definitely do it. Okay. Right there. That's where I gotta be. Fuck is it? Oh, it's back more. Jesus fucking Christ. There you go. Now get up in there. I already got this bolt Loctited nice and heavily. I love my red 272 Loctite. Ah, son of a bitch. Get in there. Is that it? Ah, yeah, I got it now. Okay, let me get the 16 millimeter. Get that in there a little bit. What that it was laying on, that's what was in my back. Why is it so fucking tight? Oh, it's because this thing is pushing on it this way. Alright. Alright, now I need to move these. That ain't gonna go back any further. Oh, you son of a bitch. I can't get... Shit, that's gotta come back out. Hopefully not all the way. Yeah, it might have to. I can't get this thing out. Let me see if I can make some room with this. There we go. Okay, come on. Fucking jack is being a hindrance now. Let me lower it more. So I'm putting the differential in. I got the first bolt in. These two bolts, or you have to lower the subframe like completely to get these two bolts down. So that's not something I wanted to do. So I'm trying to get it right up to them, and then I'll just use a wrench from the back. But I got to get that differential turned over there. You know, if I get the bolt that's on the other side, that'll make these line up. And this one has to get out of the way too. What is that one going into? Oh, that's going into that side bracket, right? Let's see if I can get over here. Let's see what I can do from there. Once this part's done, the axle should be pretty easy. I gotta take this hat off. It's just gonna keep coming off anyway. Let me see. I need to get the one up front, if anything, and the jack is right in the way of that. I'd like to get one more bolt in it, the one of the two in the back, before I take off the jack. is if I get one of these, I can take that jack off completely. Let me see if I can move the jack over that way. That'll be a make or break. That'll get me right in there. To kind of turn back because that one bolt's in, which is actually a good thing that it's in because that's where it's going to end up having to be anyway. Alright, now this one's going to go in, thank God, I think. Oh, come on, man, you're so close. There we go. Now turn. There we go. Alright, I got this one started. No, I didn't. Shit, I need to fucking open that wrench for that. I need my ratcheting wrench. I think that's a 21 millimeter, I want to say. Let me get my open end wrenches or socket wrenches, ratchet wrenches. This is that's a 24, 21, there's the 21, I think it's a 21, let me try this. Yep, 21, okay. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Nice. Very nice. I don't want to get it too tight without getting the other side of that bolt started. There's two bolts like that in a bad spot in the back. Let's see if this one's... that's pretty well lined up. Let's see. No, not completely. It's got to go up a hair. How about that? Threading in. It seems to be. Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, it's threading in. Alright. Well, we are not in bad shape now, boys and girls. Not in bad shape at all. Alright, my fill port is right there. I should still be able to get to that, and there's the drain port. I should be able to still get to both. I don't need the drain port right now, but I want to be able to service it. And then I can just about get this jack out of here. I'd like to get that one on the other side before I take it out completely. And there's one in the front on the other side. I'd like to get that one in, and then I'm good. I can just get this back big guide bolt through this and into that, which I might be able to put in right now, actually. Where's my through bolt? There we go. All right, we're gonna red Loctite the shit out of this. Okay. Get the red Loctite flowing onto this bolt for sure. There we go. Nice. Oh, you know what? I loosened the bolts on this, that's why. It's not all the way up. You know what? Let me tighten that up. There we go. Now you're getting in. I think that one might be a 19, or is it another 21? No, it's another 21. Alright, now that's starting to pull these two pieces together. Plenty of Loctite on it, so when I torque that thing down to spec, it's going to really hold this stuff together. Okay, now, try to tighten these up a little more. I got to get a couple more turns before I can get the ratchet end on this side. And then I have one more in the front, which this should all be lined up now, so shouldn't be too bad to get it in there. Fit right about now. No, a little bit further. Okay. You're a fucking asshole. Tighten these up at the end all the way. I want to just tighten this one up enough to pull the differential back to the cross member where it's supposed to be. least it's a ratcheting wrench with all the threads on these things. If it was a regular open end with no ratchet, that would suck. I'd be here half the day just threading this bolt on. Because you can't get an impact in there unless you have the whole subframe all the way out. And I was trying to avoid doing that because it's a bitch to get it all back in. I mean, it's already a bitch to get in as much as I took out. You guys will see when I start putting the rear end sides apart, the suspension components and steering components, handling components. Those are difficult to line up. You know, you got a jack in the middle, you got a jack on one end, holding the shock up. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Alright, that's getting close. That side is very close. Alright, this can go a little more. What am I doing? I'll get a 21mm socket for that. Alright, 21mm swivel socket. Where's my sizes? This should be a 21, I would think. 20. Okay. Where's my... Oh, my 21 is the only one that's not in here. This is going to be a 22, right? You mother flower. I must have took it out for something. Alright, well, let's see where it is. It's in this bag somewhere. I know I have a 21 deep, but that's not going to be good for all of the spots I got to impact with it. I'd like to find my swivel socket. It's definitely in here because my whole kit is out here. Is that big enough? That's a 19 now. I have as big as like 48mm sockets out here. Because the axle nuts are all different. I've done these axles obviously before, but I didn't remember the size. Alright, well, it's in here somewhere, but I'm not going to look all day, so I'll just grab a, here's my other axle bolts I'm going to need. I'll just grab a 21mm for right now. I'll grab a short. Now I just have one more bolt up front, but that is not going to stop me from lowering this jack. Oh, that's right. This thing is tied on there. How well did I tie it? Let's see. Now this thing is holding up the jack. I usually do a slip knot. I'll cut it if I have to. I'm not fucking around with this. Well, it looks like we're cutting it. I don't give a shit. Where's my knife? So I'll probably throw the differential in. Throw the drive shaft in, and torque all those bolts, and then I will go to the. Then I'll go to the other bolt that has to hold it up on the other side. First I'll do the other bolt on the other side, then I'll do the drive shaft and the drive shaft bolts, and then I'll do the two axles, and then I'll start putting the sides together, hang the exhaust, and this job is going to be done. I am so excited about that. And get this car on the road, boy. Alright, what else did I need to do? This is one of my old ones. You see how bent it is? That's why I didn't want to use it. The other one is just totally missing. It fell out in the street. These are the three that I took out that aren't going to get reused. I got the ARPs in there. Okay, so what the hell was I looking for? Oh, my knife to cut that. Where is my knife? How do I not have my damn pocket knife in my pocket? It's not a real good strategy for a pocket knife. There we go. on that. Alright, that's done. Get this freaking jack out of here and make some room so I can get my creeper in. Alright, where's the other bolt? There we go. On the other seat. Okay, that should go right in. Should be already lined up. No? It's good. That's got to get tightened up a little more and pull it back just a hair. Lock tighten this up to pull that back a little more, and then put this in. And then the differential, I can torque all these bolts, and well, I want to get everything on in case I have to loosen it up again. That. I'm gonna need my 16mm socket. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Lined right up. Beautiful. Nope, I gotta get that hook out of there. Look at that line up. Oh man, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Like they were meant for each other. And they actually were. Dude, I'll cut you off if you give me a hard time too. All right, there we go. Okay. I like that. That bushing gives it some play in the back. That is a fucking good design. That's gonna be badass. Alright. Now before I torque all these to spec, I already got the drive shaft in. I'm gonna put the drive shaft bolts, and then I'm gonna do the axles, and then we're gonna be in freaking business here, boy. I'm gonna need a light back behind me so I can see where the holes are. Okay, oh, I'm not very far off at all, right there. I'm pretty damn on. All right, let me get those bolts and put those drive shaft bolts in, and then we are pretty darn close, guys. This job has been a long and challenging one, but not the end of the world. And had some fun, and it's one more job on my car that I did my damn self, and I think at this point I can beat the piss out of this car and not worry about it. I don't think that anything on here is too powerful for the drive line or any of the other components, because I've changed so much already. These were the last two things in the drive line that were on my mind. The Tremec can handle it, no question about that. I need to find my 8mm socket for an 8mm Allen socket, because I need to torque these. These go to 72 foot-pounds. I do have an 8mm Allen socket out here. I used it in the front. And there's a 1/2 to 3/8 reducer, which I might need that too. is. No, that's not it. That's the T-bit. Actually, this Torx might actually fit. Let's see. Yep, the Torx fits. It fits actually perfectly. If I can find my Allen, I'll use it, but the Torx bit of a certain size you can use for an Allen bit. It's a hex head, so you can actually use this, and it'll tighten it just like a regular, just like a you know, an Allen. They fit actually pretty perfect when they're the right size. All right, let's do a 1/2 inch extension short and a universal, and then the other extension. Where is that universal? Is it? No, that's my universal socket, so I need a universal joint. Where the heck did I put it? I just had it. Oh, you know what, guys? I'll let you hear this for a minute before I put the exhaust back on, because I started it up earlier because the cats are on, but if the cats were off and the rest of the exhaust was on, it's about what it would sound like. If you guys want to hear it, I'll start it up real quick. I'll start it up real quick because I want to hear it and I want you guys to hear it. And if you don't want to hear it, you can skip forward a little bit. And then I'll find my universal. It's going to be pretty loud, warning, fair warning. Oh man, that sounds so badass. I love that. I might have to do straight pipes on, take the cats out. Not straight pipes, I would leave the MagnaFlow cat back, but just take the cats out. The cats would make it actually probably sound even a little deeper than that, even with the pipes. Because it's the cats that muffle it, and they're still on it, that's why it's not. I mean, right now, if they weren't on it, that would be unbearable. Like, literally not bearable. I wouldn't even want to start it and listen to it in there. That would be such deafening, you know, volume. Where the hell did this universal joint go? I know I saw it recently. I don't know what the heck I did with it. Was it in the other bag in here? Another one of my Allens. These fell off, obviously. That's 13 millimeter. This is a 9 millimeter. My 1/2 inches, that's as small as they go. Oh, there's my 21 that I needed, the universal. I'll probably need it again. What about in here? No, that's my other light. I actually might need that. I should take that. And what about in this last bag? I wouldn't have had it in here. I had it out. I know I did. I saw it. The fuck did I do with it? Ah, son of a. And I have like 4 more of them downstairs. I just don't feel like get them and leaving you guys on hold or starting and stopping the video. There it is. All right. And there's my even shorter extension with it right there. That's perfect. And my regular 8 millimeter. Is that what that was? No. Where'd that go? That was not my 8 millimeter, I guess. Oh, no, it is my 8 millimeter. There we go. All right, perfect. I use my actual 8 millimeter, but the T50 would have fit the 8 millimeter, which is why I thought it was a T50, because I probably used that last time. Okay. Now we're just going to Loctite these bolts and slap them in, and then we're going to torque them real quick, and then I'm going to do the axles, put those in, and get those lined up, and then I can start putting the two sides of the rear end apart together. I mean, and put that exhaust hanger that I welded back together back on, and we should be in damn good shape, damn near ready to take this thing for a burst. I need that pipe wrench so I can turn that so they line up. Where did that go? That's in that other bag. Believe it or not, more frequently than you might expect, a pipe wrench comes in real handy working on vehicles. Dude, really? Oh, too far, shit. There we go. I should do it right there. Oh, so damn close. It's got to be just... There we go. All right, you're going in. Yeah, buddy. All right, I'm going to get them all started, and then I'll impact them, and then I'll torque them to spec. So every other one, you need one of those little clips that hold the two nuts together, two bolts together, and then you put it through the other side of it. All right. So now these will all go in nice and easy. Let's just start it. I'm actually going to take this extension off because I don't really need it. goes back to be a little bit loose. What the hell? Oh, there's a wire in my way. Come on, man. There we go. Son of a bitch. Dude, this is in a really shitty spot, dude. It should be loose enough to get some play. Alright, those two 16s gotta get loosened up. Until I have a suit. What's up, guys? Chris. So I'm just getting the keys for my machine because I have to move my trailer and stuff. It's in the way. The car's done. I was gonna show you guys, you know, like putting up the exhaust, but I mean, it's really nothing all that interesting. So I got the headband that holds the camera. So I'm gonna take a ride and I'm gonna let you guys have like a first-person view of me driving. So I'm gonna. I haven't even lowered the car on the lift. I mean, I gotta move my trailer. I can't even get it out. So I'm gonna just. I'm just letting you know what's coming next, and I'm gonna just wash up a little bit because I'm filthy as hell. I mean, I can only do so much with how dirty I am right now, but. I'm gonna change my pants and my shirt because I'm gonna go pick up my girl after I take you guys to see the car. But everything's done. I'm gonna show it to you on the lift before I drop it, and I'll have all this stuff moved except my Denali. I'll have to go back behind the fence after I pull it out. But anyways, I'll be back in a minute and I'll show you the finished product, and then we'll take it for a ride later. What's up, guys? So this is the head cam. So I'm gonna show you guys what exactly I just figured while I'm doing this. I mean, I have to move the trailer obviously because I can't get the car out of there. So I'm gonna use my machine to do that because there's a tow hitch ball on the forks. But first I'm gonna put all my tools in the bucket and bring it in the back down the Bilco door into my shop. And I'm gonna show you guys why it is that it takes a couple of minutes when I go to get tools, because this is what I gotta. I don't take the machine obviously until I'm, you know, if I usually don't use it at all for stuff like this, but when I have a load of stuff, that's when I use it. Like I have a lot of tools out here right now for this job. I'll worry about the differential tomorrow, but all these tools, this bag is brutal. There's so much crap in it, so many wrenches and sockets and a lot of stuff, and then I get to put it all away tomorrow. Wow, that's okay. That's why I'm using the machine. This thing just throws around 5,000-pound logs. When I put my trash in the dumpster, I'm like throwing the dumpster around. And then I'll show you underneath the car real quick once I get all this stuff in here. The lights, and that should be it. So here's the car. As you can see, all done. There's the bracket. The active exhaust isn't hooked up, but that's the only thing I didn't have was the electrical connection. But the exhaust brackets are good. The hangers, everything's tight and right. See, and the 4-inch drive shaft didn't even give me any clearance issues. They said it was known to give clearance issues with the exhaust, but didn't for me. So I'm gonna drop it now because I just left it up to show you guys. So I have a generator out here because I have, you know, regular power, but I didn't want to have to run a 220 under the asphalt and dig it all up and put it all back, because the long-term goal is not to be here for working on vehicles. This was a temporary thing, the pop-up garage. Dying to drive this car, man. Alrighty. Let's gotta go down a little bit more. Still a little hydraulic fluid left in it. When the colder it gets, the slower the hydraulic fluid goes out of the lift. Or no, on this side there's probably something under here stopping it from going all the way down. Probably one of my wrenches or something. Let's throw this in there. I'm gonna start it up, let it warm up. transmission jack out of the way. Shut this thing off. Alright, this one last light is going in. I'll wrap it up tomorrow. But this is just so you guys can see. Like I'm gonna take the machine over to the Bilco door where I bring this stuff in and out of down in my shop. And I'll show you, I mean, when I have big stuff like 55-gallon drums of diesel fuel that I keep for the machine or the trucks, I boom it down. I have a boom that goes on here that's 35 feet, but I can just lift it up with the bucket height and then tip the boom down, and I can just boom it down into the bay door, which is very convenient for big stuff in a space like this. But when I didn't have any outside space, this is what I did to solve that problem. And it worked. I get to work on my stuff, and it's warm in there in the winter because I got a big bullet here, and it's dry when it's raining, and I don't get snow or rained on, and I can work on my vehicles cold, hot, you know, snow, rain, whatever. So this is my building. This is where I go when I go walking off camera to get a tool. Whoops, I don't have to grab that. I go walking over here and I go down these stairs and I bring all this stuff. Well, I go down there and grab whatever I'm going to get when I'm going off camera to grab tools. Whatever tool it is that I need, I go get it. Right now I have this cart over here, so I'm just going to throw everything on it and bring it into my shop, and I'll deal with it tomorrow or whenever I get time. But this car and the Denali repairs have consumed a lot of my time the last few days, and I have a closing on 2 houses tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to even get to normal work. So that's another day that's going to be sucked up. So I'm getting behind because of this stuff. So I'm going to have to crack the whip this week, after, you know, even tomorrow after the closing. One of my business partners is coming down from New York tomorrow, so I'm gonna, you know, probably at least half the day is gonna be shot. But I'll try to keep some more videos coming for you guys. It won't be in the next day or two, but after that, as far as like the target retrieval system, I want to do a video and show you guys how I made that. Because I'm sure I've seen them online, and the automated ones like that, I mean, they have them where you use a drill and stuff, but the automated ones like the one that I made are like over $1,000. So I mean, if anybody wants one, I'll make it for you for less than $1,000 for sure. I made mine for, I don't know, I had to buy the motor. I mean, I had to machine all the metal for the motor mount and all that, so I haven't figured that in. But the motor and the gearbox to slow down the motor, and then the switches and the control for the speed of the motor and all that. But anyways, I'm going to I don't want to waste the battery because I don't have the big battery on this, obviously. I'm going to bring the machine back, switch out the bucket for the forks, move the trailer, and then I'm gonna pull out the car, pull in the Denali, and then I'll record again so you guys can see it drive. All right, I'll see you in a minute.
I call you a snitch, you holding a grudge, you calling a judge, you say you.
Hey guys, oh, I didn't realize you can't really see me. Okay, so I'm in the car. I'm getting ready to take off. I'm gonna take you guys for a little ride. It's I haven't taken it on the street. I just aired up the tires. I put the truck back in the behind the gate. And that's my gate over there. I put the truck back there, and I don't usually leave either one of these here. I usually drive one or the other here, and then I have my work truck here, but my work truck's at my house because I've been driving that, and that's the only thing I've been driving. But it actually has 50,000 miles. I thought it had 48 or 46 or something. 40. I thought it had 40 something, but I guess I put more miles on it than I thought. So here we go. Let's see how she drives. Bear in mind, I haven't driven this in 2 months, so I gotta get a feel myself. Probably, I think I actually probably do know what they're for. They're probably the fucking things. I got the wires unplugged because I didn't have the new connector for it. I can just clear them from here. Okay, clear them. Shit needs to be off. This needs to be on, but not running. Continue.
X band. K band.
Clear all.
KA band.
Continue.
Laser. X band.
Low pressure on one tire. I filled up one of the tires that was low. Clearly I had one more. This is me taking it easy after not having driven it for 2 months on city streets. So this is just how I drive this car. You know, in my Denali, I'm better, but not a whole lot. In my work truck, I'm well better, but not a whole lot. But I am careful when there's other people around. I mean, right now it's 11:30 at night, so it's there's not really anybody out here. But God, it feels good to drive my car. Come on. I should have whacked. Right now. I definitely got to go get an alignment, a four-wheel alignment, because this is four-wheel independent suspension, and when you take the whole back end apart like that, you got to do the whole alignment again. That's the only thing I feel like I can tell I need is the alignment. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys real quick. I wanted to show you real quick what the car is like when it's on the road. Let you hear it, let you see it.